What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. I got the fellas with me tonight, my co-host Julian and my guy Shooter, man. What's going on, y'all?
What's going on, bro? What's the word?
Ultimate Madness 3 for 100K is on the line. Coming up this Saturday, man. Face off, taking off Friday. But something was left out this time that I want to address. This troublemaker down here at the bottom of the screen, y'all see. Man, they left us out the tournament this time. They let the fans back in and gave them a raise. They went from 2,500 to the fans to now 10,000 for the fans, giving them the money that's supposed to be to the media that cover this. If we had part of the bracket, we want to talk about that, man, because I think that was very corny for the URL to do. That was very malicious on their behalf to call themselves trying to exclude us out and not bring us back as a result of their negligence, as a result of what they did. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Julian, who pushed forth the movement of hashtag shooter. Pay shooter, hashtag pay shooter. Shouts out to Julian. He pushed that real hard doing this whole thing.
Shout out to DME Detroit. Shout out to DME Detroit.
I was finna say all that too. But also shouts out to you too, Shooter, for just being man enough, bro, to take a stand for something that was right when you was wrongfully, man, try to took advantage of, man, in this situation. So we're gonna just run it down again, just to put people up on game, to lead us into where we going now. Because again, this is now Ultimate Madness 3. Ultimate Madness 2 had two other competitions beside the battles, where the fans had a competition among themselves in a bracket to win prize money. And then the battle rap bloggers, the medias who cover the sport and push it throughout every day of the year. You can never leave us out. We the ones that keep the fans in tune. We the ones that cover this thing even when y'all take breaks. We never take breaks, but y'all decide to leave us out as a result of y'all negligence and what y'all did. So we just gonna run it down. So there was a blogger tournament among the bloggers that was selected and chosen to participate in. Shooter ended up being the winner. Unexpectedly, I know a lot of time popularity for the most part succeed people over others when making decisions on who's gonna be the favorite. Sort of like in these tournaments we have in now. Only for the underdog for the most part that's overlooked be the one to pull these things out. Shooter ended up pulling it out surprisingly over everybody. And as a result of that, he won. But the thing that was fishy about this whole tournament was it was never revealed to some degree what the bloggers would get if they won. It was already established out the gate what the fans would get. And we figured whatever the fans were going to get as a result of winning, I should be, if not even more, as a result of us being the ones that cover the sport 24/7, 365 days of the year. With free promotion for all these leagues and battles. Now, with that being said, it never was established to some degree what we were going to get. When we would ask, some of us ask, they would say that's yet to be determined yet. Even all the way up to you actually winning, which was crazy to me because how do you have a contest? You select everybody you got involved in and you want to be in. We all participating and doing our part and covering it, hyping it up and giving it attraction and energy. And you still never once let us know what the prize is going to be. That just lets me know the prize was dependent on who wins. rather than just being a flat out, this what the winner get, like the other tournaments was. When it came to us, they would not tell what the winner would get. So that was just kept on the wraps as a result of who might win. Because when it came down to you winning, Shooter, let's be honest, what was actually told to you was literally, and I quote, just let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah, that was absolutely correct. That was
okay.
He told me to just chuck it up and take it as a loss. In his exact words. That's what P told me.
Crazy thing about it is nobody expected you to win. You beat me, you beat Angry Fan, you beat Black Compass, you beat Restore Order, Firefly, Gems, DME Detroit, Battle Rap Fanatic. You beat everybody and you won. Only for them to blackball you, banned you from URL events, still didn't pay you your money. That I felt that was so shameful, which actually led us bloggers getting behind you, the ones that's not compromised, getting behind you, protesting against the URL as a result of their unprofessionalism, and actually doing that to you because I felt this, and I'm just keeping it 100. If it wasn't you, brother, who won, anybody else probably would have got paid. I know I would have got paid. I know Caps would have got paid, but I know everybody would have. First of all, let me just clear this up. I didn't think they wouldn't pay nobody, first of all. You are a multi-million-dollar company. What is a couple $1,000s to you when you giving it away so-called to the fans? Like, what is a couple $1,000s to a multi-million-dollar company? So I didn't think that. I thought this was definitely beneath them to do something like this. But that go to show you you can't put nothing past nobody. But I really believe if anybody else would have won as a result of what I saw them did, they would have paid us. So my question to you is this: why do you honestly believe they didn't pay you? As you look at everything now and put everything together based upon what was happening in the back and forths, why do you believe? Because here's another thing I just want to say before you answer that question, why you think on it. This brother did everything to go about things the right way. He didn't just win the tournament, didn't get paid the next day and just went live and broadcast. That's not true. This brother was behind the scenes, going out of his way to do everything professionally, respectably, to get paid. He put up the screenshots, text messages, the dates, the conversations, played audio to really show how respectable he was, because he wasn't disrespectful to them at all. He was very patient. It took you like 3-something months?
Yeah, to really speak on it, because I tried to go through the chain of the command.
Right.
P is the person that he's the representative of the URL, and he's totally responsible for the tournament. So I went through him. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt to work things out, but I felt like they honestly swept it under the rug because, for one, they didn't think that I would win the tournament. I think they was expecting somebody else to win it.
Right.
And for me to win the whole thing, being the underdog, I don't have a bigger platform. I was a smaller media. I mean, I had shit going on. Like, my content was mainly around the South, but primarily around Swamp.
Right.
So when that whole shit went down, it's just like they really didn't give a fuck at that point.
Right.
So, excuse me for my French, but they really didn't care. I think they was like, all right, well, he already working for us. Let's see if we can get over on him, feed him some stuff. And the only thing that we was going to give them is like access, because that was the award, to come into the events, to cover their content. So they was like, hey, well, we giving you the content. We giving you the freedom to come to our stuff. we sharing, like we giving you the exclusive stuff that most platforms don't get an opportunity to have. So, you know, they wanted me to look at it in that sense.
Which is kind of crazy because
that wasn't what the conversation was all about. They tried to make interviews, and the fact that they had to do 2 interviews. The very first interview that P did is the one that wasn't even out yet. The ones that the fans didn't see. And it was basically, from my understanding, it was basically knowledge. P was just absolutely saying, you know what, Shooter's 100% right. You know, he took accountability for everything. He didn't try to make up no excuse. He was like, hey, he's right, and he's going to get the whole 2,500. But he turned back around, told Knowledge to delete that, and he was like, shot another one. He shot another one, and it's the one that y'all guys saw based on that matter. So
it led to us protesting against the URL. A lot of uncompromised media. Again, shouts out to DME Detroit. Shouts out to Jules Gaming Lounge. Shouts out to ADEP. Shouts out to
the whole battle rap community.
Yeah, it was fans and everything disappointed about it. Shouts out to all the fans that actually even raised the money to actually make an effort to donate to even get. That's crazy how the fans had to pick up that URL tab. But even still though, shouts out to the fans though that's actually have integrity and stand on things that's unfair. You know what I'm saying? Stand up against things that's unfair. To the point they looked at and seen the thing. Even people you didn't even know that supported you just heard your story and knew it was wrong and were willing to give. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to Julie and them, you know, and DME Detroit and them, and anybody else that took on that challenge to raise money, donate money, protest against them on that. Now, with that being said, now we have, when that happened, you know what's crazy too, and this is another thing that's so shameful. They did actually admit, they did, Julian, I can't, your background, bro. They did actually, I hear it, loud clip.
Oh, all right,
they did actually admit, that they were wrong and that you did win and you were deserving of your money. So I don't see why is that a problem then, and why did it take that long for you to? They didn't act on it till we start protesting against them. Till we start protesting against them. They thought it was just gonna be swept under the rug and you wouldn't have no support. Only to find out that wasn't true. People were piling into the caffeine live streams, hashtag pay shooters. They was blocking it.
They was blocking people out of the caffeine stream doing that too.
Yeah, they was blocking it.
You said what, Jules?
They was blocking people from the caffeine stream for spamming pay shooter.
Right. And then that's crazy how they did that though. I'm talking about, look, man, that was just very disrespectful, man. And I think it hurt them to some degree as a brand, especially when you branding yourself as being the most respected. But yet, shifty, dirty business, things like that hurt that title from actually being certified when you're doing things like that. And that was just unfair, man. Bro, they banned you.
Yeah.
And they banned you from URL events as a result of you winning a tournament they hand selected and put you in and promised you and any other blogger who would have won and promised us a cash prize reward, only for that not to happen. And that was just terrible though, man. Anyway, so now we have, go ahead.
Yeah, it was terrible because that led it to other things too, because people got to also understand, like, yeah, this is battle rap, but you don't know how that mentally plays with your mind. They don't understand what it does to you mentally.
Right.
You know, to being like, to support a Black owned business.
Right.
And you idolize them and you look at them as the superheroes. But to come there and see that what you see on TV is actually not what was really going on. So I was basically pretty much shocked at how they carried the thing out. You know, I ain't gonna even much lie. You know, I hold some accountability far as maybe like, you know, well, fuck it. I'm not gonna hold, well, I really wasn't wrong, but maybe how I've just how, what's that word? Maybe how I put it out there. Maybe I could have went about it in a different way.
How so? When you already was doing that behind the scene, what could you have done differently? You went through the chain of command. You tried to talk to P.
Yeah, I did.
You tried to talk to Beasley. You tried to talk to Smack. You were patient. You know what I'm saying? Like it took 3 months, bro.
Well, how I think I could have probably went about it is maybe just maybe I should have just kept my mouth closed about it and just letting it ride like that. Maybe I should have just did it like that.
That's not the right way to do things, bro, because what happens is you allow them to think that they can keep doing things like that, not only to you but to somebody else. Look at it this way.
Mm-hmm.
We may have got the bad end of the stick this go around because they wanted to leave us out of this tournament this time. But for the ones that's involved in it this time, maybe it may make them be fair to them and give what they promised that they were going to give without it being a problem, and that they could immediately move on those actions. So even though we may got the bad end of the stick on that behalf, I believe since they know we watching and they know we're going to stand up for truth and things like that, I think it make them do a little bit better business and making out on their promises now. That is not believe.
That's what I really wanted, though. To be honest, like my whole saying was this: if you're not going to pay me what you truthfully owe me, then just do me a favor and pay me in respect. So I think that's something that I always wanted them to do. Just pay me in respect.
Right.
And that's what that whole me entering the tournament was about too. I mean, other than my son, you know, other than all of the other stuff that I had going on, but it was mainly to let y'all know, like, hey, I can stand toe to toe with the experts and give my opinion, you know, about like battle rap because I study this, I know it in and out, like I watch it, I analyze it, you know. Jay Black is not the only person that, you know, can break down a battle like that or break down like how it may go, you know, with predictions. And if you want to be technically honest, I had mostly everything right. I had it right. Like if you go back and you look at it, I probably only had like 1 or 2 pits that was wrong. But for the most part, everything was dead on with what I said. And I haven't even lied yet. So I just think, you know, I just thank God for that. God giving me that kind of, you know, wisdom, that kind of like, I don't know, like that kind of like, you know, it kind of, I don't know, like you know the word I'm trying to say, but
yeah.
Give me that kind of blessing or gift, my fault. Give me that kind of gift to be able to analyze it and look at it from a different point of view. Right. So, but moving forward, I think stand on what you say. Right. You say you're going to do something, then stand on doing that. You know, you are African American business. You're a Black owned business, and yes, we are supporting you. We are. And the one thing that I always wanted them to do is do what you say you're going to do. And don't, like, just because of that, please do not, I repeat, do not take it out on the rest of the bloggers or the media. You know, I think they should have a tournament for the media. You know, you do right by just going back and making this next one right. Right. That's how you repay me.
Right. But they didn't.
Yeah, repay me by having another tournament, but doing it right this time.
Right.
And you know, it's like y'all trying to sweep that under the rug and like, oh, well, we don't want to do this anymore because in overall, you know, truth be told, it was a fun event. I think the way you was promoting it, the way how you and Ward was like, you know, how you was making it funny and stuff. That's what it's supposed to be about. It's like a battle, like supposed to be like battling and stuff like that. How me and Kato's, we was going back and forth with each other, how we was talking our trash. Like, you know, it was like
Black Compass and Angry Fan to some degree. Black Compass, Angry Fan,
and that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. So you bring that energy back, you know, I think people would be more receptive of y'all coming out clean. You know, I think the best route would be me and P. We squash our little energy, we squash our little beef, or whatever the case may be, and we stand up as African American men in front of the camera and getting things right and being like, hey, look, listen, we made a mistake, but moving forward, this is what we're going to do. I'm not going to be in the tournament, you know, for my reasons, but putting it all together, putting it together for the culture and just moving forward like that. That's the positive way of moving forward. Admitting when we was wrong, showing that two African American men, we got it wrong, but we got it right this time, and we planning on doing better moving forward. That's how you move forward.
That too stand up for them to do something like that. Even though everything you just said in that aspect is true, but it's always for the most part your own kind that do those things to you. Like, we talking about a black-owned business.
Yeah.
Okay. But look at what you do to your own kind. You get what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that, bro. Like, bro, they literally banned you and barred you from all URL events and things like that because they refused to pay you for a tournament they was having that you won.
That they asked you to be in.
Right. They handpicked you and asked you to be in. Right. Then you have another event, and this time you leave out all the bloggers as a result of y'all negligence. Like, that's just so fake. That's so fake to me. When again, we cover this sport even more than them. We cover it 24/7. 24/7. Like, it's not a time you can cut on this internet ain't a blogger on talking about battle rap. Or
I'm about to say the bloggers is what's keeping the conversation going in between events. Because let's talk, to be honest, the events that y'all been putting on ain't even been that deep. I mean, ain't even been that good to where we can talk about it for the next 2 weeks.
And not only that, you know what they be doing too? You go on Twitter and stuff, every time they put out a post and stuff, they hashtag like all the bloggers in it. Like they act like all the bloggers in it. Every time, I'm talking about, it don't matter what battle league, Gates of the Guardian, RBE, King of the Dot, URL, when they putting up posts and things like that on Twitter and Instagram, you see all our names added under, all the bloggers added under, Angry Fan, Battle Q, Piper Boy, Jay Black. You see it just all the way down. So you want us to do all y'all coverage and everything, and y'all do acknowledge the importance of what battle rap bloggers bring to the sport and business that y'all in, capitalizing millions of dollars off of, but at the same time still trying to underplay it. Like, come on, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
But look at it, Truth. I think P said it best. If you go back on that interview, right? He said this, like, I guess when Knowledge brought up, like, could we see more of a tournament? He was like, well, you know, that's up in discussion, but quote me if I'm wrong. If you could go back onto that Hip Hop Is Real interview, and basically what P said was basically pretty much, he said like, hey, look, listen, yeah, we got this wrong. We got this one thing wrong. It's like Amazon. It's like, you know, that one customer that had a negative review. It doesn't destroy the brand. It doesn't destroy the brand. People still gonna watch us no matter how wrong we do, no matter how much stuff we got going on. They still gonna watch it because of that brand.
Right.
And in a sense, if you want to be technically honest, now that's one thing that he did that said was true. That's true. What? Because look, people still watching it. People still watching it despite this whole incident with me and them, with this Ultimate Madness. Like, you know, especially them not paying me. It's still like people still go to watch it. And you gotta be real. Like that's a real statement that he did make. Is it messed up? Yes, but that's not gonna stop the fans from watching it.
You're right.
So
right.
So that's basically, you know, that's that.
Right. Right. Okay, no doubt.
Despite what we may feel, despite wrong is wrong and right is right, despite that, despite all of that, the fans still gonna watch it because they only ride with me because of the situation. But when that situation long gone, guess what? They don't forget about it, and then here it goes again. Like, yes, like here it goes. We still gonna watch it. And I said it back then. Long as they have a Geechee versus Murder Move, them fans gonna pull up and watch it because it's entertainment. It's a sport that we grew to love. Like we love to watch the sport. It's the brand.
Okay, no doubt. So with that being said, it is what it is. It's your boy Battle Truth, along with my guy Certified Shooters, along with my co-host Julian. It is what it is. Bloggers, they call themselves banned enough from the Ultimate Madden tournaments, but definitely gonna want us to do the coverage and footage of it, huh? It is what it is, though, man. It is what it is, though. P, I'm not gonna blame you for nothing because I just know you a foot soldier. You only doing what you were told. You only doing what you told and where it's coming from up top, and you don't pay and you don't cut the checks. You don't cut the checks and pay the bill. You just the spokesperson to actually speak out to and try to put the band-aids on the wounds, man. That's all you do. That's all you do. And but for Smack and Beasley, man, I'm very disappointed in you brothers, man. That y'all continue to just show just shiftiness, man. And then you get mad at bloggers like us who have a mind that speak out against the BS, and y'all be offended and fearful of anybody you can't control. Anybody you can't control. Simple as that. But
I'm gonna say this one last thing, man. I got to, because I definitely want to let it be known, like with the whole Smack thing, like that personally hurted me because Smack, out of all people, from me being your personal shooter,
right,
we had a relationship. We did.
You thought.
Well, had. That means
you thought y'all, you thought
yeah.
y'all had a relationship. But go ahead.
Yeah, so we had a relationship. Now, think about this. If I'm supposed to be your personal photographer, and if you see that I won, why didn't you correct when I brought the situation to you right then and there? Why didn't you handle that if it's your business? That's your business. You haven't everybody else running it. But you go from that to banning me. Well, I'm about to show you something. But not only did Smack ban me, but on my personal on my IG, he blocks me. He blocks me. But I'm gonna show y'all. So look, let me go to, well, you can't see him once you block, but look, when I type in this, because his shit is Smack white, you don't see anything on there. You don't. We got to move better than that. We have to. We have to. And if you go on, let me see who posted, who tagged Smack. I know who tagged Smack. This guy. He tagged Smack, but I'm gonna show you. You that mad when I only just said what was real. And if it was ever a situation, all you had to do was just give me a call, and we could have worked that out like real brothers. So you see that, right?
Yeah.
You see that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now watch when I tap on this.
No post yet. Okay.
Yeah, I'm blocked. So it is what it is.
Man, it's no big deal. Hey, it's no big deal. It is what it is, man. Hey, you just move. Look at it like this.
I never would have thought Smack would go that far.
Well,
never would have thought that.
I don't put nothing past him. He throw up devil horns, worshiping Lucifer. So this ain't nothing. This ain't nothing different. Nothing surprising to me. But I get what you're saying though, because you figured that God. Look, if you hit personal photographer, and I saw some of the pictures you did, Julian, your background, bro. If you're a personal photographer, personal photographer, and I know some of the things you taking pictures of that brother. I can imagine some of the things he was telling you, just showing you love off the bat. Doing things like that. I bet he talking about, oh, you my guy, shooter, you my man, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you need, hit me up. Yeah, man, I know how people is. But they easily throw that stuff out when they know that you're not, it ain't a need for it right now. But when it's time for you to cash out on those promises and things they were telling you, then it becomes a problem. Like, oh, I ain't really mean that like that. You know, that's just something that we just say type stuff. No, mean what you say. Do what you're gonna say, do. Simple as that. It's your boy Battle Truth, along with my man Certified Shooters, my co-host Julian. We'll be back. We got some more stuff to talk about.
For sure.